Amazing. Matt, maybe we could take a quick question from somebody out there.
Yeah, we got some people in the audience that want to ask some questions. Everyone that's listening or just joined us, you're listening to Executive Football Talk with David Meltzer and Mike Tannenbaum. Make sure you invite your friends. Let's get some more people in here as we move on to some Q&A. Our first question will come from your average Joe Sports Network. If you want to unmute yourself and ask a question.
When we're looking at the NFL draft, I think the huge reason why we're at this point in the NFL draft, you could arguably say it's because of the LA Rams, specifically the Snead, Sean McVay approach when it comes to trading draft capital to acquire seasoned veterans or proven athletes. You look at the Rams that just won the Super Bowl and Sean McVay saying, heck, we don't need draft picks. And then you look at this offseason, arguably the craziest offseason that we've had in recent memory, and looking towards the NFL draft, we have 8 teams with multiple draft picks. And if I may comment before I ask the question, as excited as we are to see these teams, what they do with the draft picks, if NFL history has shown anything, is that most teams, when they're presented with those picks, fail to create a winning culture with those picks. So to the question, your thoughts on that philosophy, the effect it's had this offseason, and what long-term repercussions should we see moving forward?
Great question, and candidly, something we could discuss for hours. But in my opinion, the short strokes are, I think, like most things in life, the truth is somewhere in the middle. And Les Snead's a friend of mine, someone I like a lot. The reality is they were the 4th seed, and they won 3 playoff games by a combined 9 points. So I think part of what they did really worked well, and they have hit on lower round picks. And the question is going to be now, is it sustainable? So I think there is, something to be said for certainty versus uncertainty. When you trade multiple picks for a Devontae Adams or a Tyreek Hill, you're getting a known quantity versus a receiver. Like, this is interesting. In Aaron Rodgers' career, the most receptions a rookie's ever had is 38 catches. So the point being is, while it's very likely that Green Bay drafts a receiver, we may not know for 3 years if that was a good decision. So I think there is going to be some influence on what the Rams did, but I think the draft is still a very meaningful piece of team building.
Yeah, and I'll agree with Mike on another aspect as well, is economically. Utilizing the draft has a great advantage of paying for proven talent. And that's where the true bargains lie, especially in the skill positions, when you're capable of finding the right talent and aligning the right culture with a draft choice. And so I think it may not be sustainable just to, pay to play. And I think in all sports you see that, or the Dodgers and the Yankees would win, every year in baseball. It's not just what we can purchase, but the economics, I think, benefit you if you really can utilize draft picks in an efficient way to find future talent. But I think, like everything, Mike, the bigger lesson is, in timing. I talk about this in business, that, positive behavior is aggregate the same as negative behavior. The only difference is it takes a long time to see that positive behavior, and we don't expect a negative result from negative behavior. And it holds true in the draft. It's that we have such short memories, and we have short expectations because of the pressures that are created by the front office and the fans putting that pressure on the front office, that people want to win today. And we make really bad decisions in life and in football when all we're doing is, making decisions of what's going to be best for the next 17 games.